Chapter 1 of Sylvia's Lovers. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Sonja. Sylvia's Lovers by Elizabeth Gaskell. Chapter 1. Monkshaven. On the northeastern shores of England there is a town called Monkshaven, containing at the present day about 15,000 inhabitants. There were, however, but half the number at the end of the last century, and it was at that period that the events narrated in the following pages occurred. Monkshaven was a name not unknown in the history of England, and traditions of its having been the landing place of a throneless queen were current in the town. At that time there had been a fortified castle on the heights above it, the site of which was now occupied by a deserted manor house. And at an even earlier date than the arrival of the queen and coeval with the most ancient remains of the castle, a great monastery had stood on those cliffs, overlooking the vast ocean that blended with the distant sky. Monkshaven itself was built by the side of the Dee, just where the river falls into the German Ocean. The principal street of the town ran parallel to the stream, and smaller lanes branched out of this and straggled up the sides of the steep hill, between which and the river the houses were penned in. There was a bridge across the Dee, and consequently a bridge street running at right angles to the High Street, and on the south side of the stream there were a few houses of more pretension, around which lay gardens and fields. It was on this side of the town that the local aristocracy lived, and who were the great people of this small town? Not the younger branches of the county families that held hereditary state in their manor houses on the wide bleak moors, that shut in Monkshaven almost as effectually on the land side as ever the waters did on the seaboard. No, these old families kept aloof from the unsavory yet adventurous trade which brought wealth to generation after generation of certain families in Monkshaven. The magnates of Monkshaven were those who had the largest number of ships engaged in the whaling trade. Something like the following was the course of life with a Monkshaven lad of this class. He was apprenticed as a sailor to one of the great ship owners, to his own father possibly, along with 20 other boys, or, it might be, even more. During the summer months he and his fellow apprentices made voyages to the Greenland seas, returning with their cargoes in the early autumn, and employing the winter months in watching the preparation of the oil from the blubber in the malting sheds, and learning navigation from some quaint but experienced teacher, half schoolmaster, half sailor, who seasoned his instruction.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?